He's been evicted over and over again. He rents cars. He he be living in some of the people that he's around, the celebrities. I'm not even renting. He be using their houses. He be living there. He doesn't have a job. That's why he scams. Just like Umar Johnson doesn't have a home, doesn't have his own home, doesn't have a job. So he's always scamming. Polite is more complex because he also has, all these women that he uses in their financial ventures. A lot of people think that these women are his wives. These are not his wives. No, not in the traditional sense. You guys know what these women do? There's a reason why they dress like that. They didn't even dress like that back in the day when they were early on. Because I can show you videos. I remember this one video. He had them stand up. They weren't dressed, and some of them, some of them back then, they were dressed in African attire too. So what happened exactly? Yeah, you're right. I don't play. Mention is that this is another one of the things for a lot of people who get caught into this stuff. They believe that these individuals are who they say they are, and they believe that somehow these individuals transform their lives for the better. And I've heard people say, yeah, Umar has brought into consciousness is you. And consciousness is ever evolving too, because once you get to that level of consciousness, you should soon realize that there's a level above that. And when you get to that, you should soon realize there's the one that, and it goes on, it's called the vicissitudes, and it's infinite. So it's another thing we got to be careful about with these types of characters like Umar Johnson, Jay Morrison, a Polite, that they always want to position themselves as if they are the authority figure and that they're granting you consciousness somehow.
And I started following his teachings. I started doing the tax liens. I bought a few of his books. A few orders didn't come through. I didn't trip on it. I just charged that to the game. And I love this brother. I really, really, really love this brother from the bottom of my heart. I didn't even know him. All I knew of him was virtually, from what I saw virtually. And I knew that he had a lot of hate, a lot of people hating. I didn't necessarily understand why. And everyone's calling him a scammer. People call him a fraud. Against my own better judgment, I chose not to believe that. I chose to believe that he had a powerful message, and that, you know what I'm saying, that it could really help our people, our black people out. So I I hit him up one time for the mentorship because I was so inspired after watching one of his live streams. But when he hit me back, I didn't have the money, and I felt so bad, so terrible. I felt like I missed out on an opportunity to change my finances and change my life and be Brother Polite's mentee. So I said, man, if I ever have the money, it was $3,500 for the minimal mentee. If I ever had that money, I would invest it with Brother Polite, and I would change my life, financially, So I had the money. It was over 100 grand, and I hit up Polite like the moment I got out of the bank. I hit up Brother Polite and I said, "Hey, I got the bread. I'm ready to start the mentorship." And he was like, "Oh," and he realized that I was in Hawaii. So it wasn't just like send a Chase or send a Wells Fargo. There's two different bank accounts. So I had to send, it wasn't sending him money. It was sending other people money, women, men, people I didn't know about, people I thought or assumed were his financial advisors or people in his financial realm.
All right, now let's stop right there. This is something to look out for and be careful about. See, Polite doesn't have anything in his name. He doesn't own anything. And there's a couple of reasons. One's because he ain't got no money. He ain't got no real money. He's a leech. See, that's why he had to go to the point where he start talking about how he was a what was he talking about? A wealth coach or a life coach for celebrity, something like that. What was it? Anyone know in the chat room? Celebrity life coach. He that was what he was. But see, really, what he was trying to do, because he had. See, what happens with these scammers? This is something let's just be clear about. What happens with these scammers is at a certain point, they run out of the human resource, because enough people get scammed. They don't send the books. They don't, they scam them out of money. You know, in the case of Umar, he's scammed millions of dollars for this school in Delaware. And see, what happens over time is more and more people, less and less people support, and less people send the person, you know, have confidence and believe confidence in the con man. See, in the case of Umar, early on, and back in 2009, 2010, early on, the scam was, I'm going to do these after-school programs for black boys. That at a certain point, it was a scam was, we're going to do summer school programs for black boys. At a certain point, we're going to open up a charter school in Philadelphia. He's collecting money the whole time. A lot of people don't know that. Then in 2014, okay, we're gonna purchase. You see how it just keeps evolving. 2014, we're going to purchase a St. Paul's College. And then finally, in 2019, after collecting millions of dollars, he purchased these abandoned buildings in Wilmington, Delaware for $400,000, pockets the rest of the money, and ain't got nothing to show for it now. And here we are in 2021. Now, we're 12 years later after Umar promised that he's going to open up a school. He said the school was going to open in September 11, 2013. Know your history, okay? Know your scammer history. So what I'm getting at is that they always they have to change and morph, and they have different scams. And Umar has other scams going on too. The lawyer donors club. That's where you pay a monthly, and because you pay a monthly, you get to go up there to them trap bandos and paint for him for free. You give him money, so you go do the hard manual labor. The shockumentary scam. He's collecting money for the shock. Where's the shockumentary at? The mixtape for the shockumentary. He collecting money for that. Where's the mixtape for the shockumentary? This goes on and on and on. I got a whole list of all types of things he said he was going to do. They're always coming up with a new scam. And the reason why is because if you stick with one scam long enough and people realize that you're really just scamming and word gets out, you can't draw upon the human resource like you used to. And people are going to be unwilling because they don't trust the con man anymore. They don't have confidence in the confidence man, the con man. See? Well, that's what he was talking about, how he was going to be a celebrity life coach. And I think he was on the Breakfast Club with Meta World Peace. I said, oh, shit. And you start seeing him at the Laker games. Then you start seeing him taking pictures with these celebrities. That's all to present himself as if he's legit. Then he gets with Floyd Mayweather and blah, blah. And see, a lot of times when you see him in these different houses, those aren't his houses. He don't own anything. Nothing's in his name. A lot of just the celebrities that still believe in the con man. You stay with them. I've even seen him wearing some of their clothes. You think I'm bullshit? I ain't bullshit. I've seen POLIGHT wearing some of Floyd Mayweather's clothes. And you supposed to be got all this money. You ain't nothing but a bum. I don't mean to be joking, but that's bum behavior. Stop it.